In throwbacks, that was Shaba X-rated. All right, you guys, it's time for us to take this thing straight to the streets, straight to the phones, and it's time for us to get it on with my man, Jeff Fox, and the Sports Corner. What's up, Jeff?
Good morning, Big Man Kelly.
Good morning, my brother.
And good morning, Miss Tasha
Good
Candy.
morning. Good morning. I'm doing
Hey,
good.
I want both of you guys to please repeat after me, okay?
Okay.
There's no place like home.
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 Now, where's that from?
That's from
Dorothy.
yeah,
Dorothy.
The Wizard of Oz,
the
right?
Wiz.
It's a fairy tale, right?
Right.
Yes.
Well, it's no fairy tale what South Florida's favorite basketball team has been doing at home.
Okay.
I mean, for the Miami Heat, there really is no place like home. Last night, the Miami Heat improved to an NBA best 18-1 at home after they beat the always tough San Antonio Spurs 106-100 behind a very, very impressive 33 points from rookie Kendrick Nunn, who would have none of it because this kid made 5 3-pointers and took over the game when MVP candidate Jimmy Butler had an off night for the Miami Heat. Butler only scored 12 points. So it was a nice bounce-back win for the Heat guys. They improved to 28-12 as we approach the midway point of this NBA season. And I tell you what, guys, this Miami Heat team has a legitimate shot at going deep into the NBA playoffs.
That was my next question. That was my question. Are they looking playoff-ish?
Oh, very. You know, the top teams in the East, people were talking about the Milwaukee Bucks. They were talking about the Boston Celtics, the Philadelphia 76ers. Nobody was talking about the Miami Heat. And I was there at training camp, and I saw, not to make it racial, but I saw all these white boys on the team. And I'm like, what's going on here? Are we the Utah Jazz East? You know what I'm saying? But let me tell you, this team has some shooters. Duncan Robinson, shooter. Tyler Hero, shooter. He didn't play last night. Goran Dragic is a nice, unique mix of talent. And Eric Spoelstra among the best coaches in the game. And I'm telling you, the Miami Heat right now, 28-12 as we approach the midway point. I think this team has a legitimate shot at the NBA Finals, not just deep into the playoffs. They can do it.
Great.
So let me ask you this. So I noticed that you said nothing in reference to LeBron James.
Well, you know what? When LeBron left us, right, everybody pretty much said, well, there go the championships. We won't be seeing one for another 20 or 30 years. And this is a credit to Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra, the Heat culture, that entire organization.
Right.
It hasn't been that long. LeBron only left, what was it, 2015?
Right.
A couple of years ago. And here they are once again on the doorstep of the playoffs. And not only that, they got a great team. They've got one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference. They just got to stop losing to the crappy teams.
Yeah, that was one of the things they went on, like, what was it, like a two game losing streak. And from what I understand, that Spoelstra kind of sat down and wanted to go over the films to see, to go over the mistakes that they made and why they had this, this all of a sudden 2-game losing streak.
Yeah, they lost to the Knicks and the Nets in back-to-back games. Both teams had lost 7 games in a row going into the games with the Heat. I think it's just growing pains of a young team. This is a very young team. They brought in a veteran in Jimmy Butler, who's among the MVP candidates this year because Jimmy Butler basically has led the Miami Heat to where they are right now. And, again, nobody saw it coming, and now folks are starting to take this Heat team very seriously. And at 18-1 in Miami at home, there's no place indeed like home for the Miami Heat. Here's what else I got for you, big man. This National Football League Hall of Fame inductions are going to be, I think, the Saturday before the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And remember Drew Pearson from the Dallas Cowboys, number 88 from back in the day with Tony Dorsett and Roger Staubach? Drew Pearson has been waiting 30 years to get into the Hall of Fame, and he did not make it as one of the finalists, and his poor heart is broken. Oh man. Yeah, folks are feeling really bad for Drew Pearson. And here's some other names other than Drew. Drew played in 3 Super Bowls. He won 1 for the Dallas Cowboys. Remember Roger Craig, San Francisco 49ers?
Yes.
He won 3 Super Bowls. Why is he not in the Hall of Fame? Also, Cliff Branch of the Oakland Raiders, he won 2 Super Bowls, not in the Hall of Fame. And locally, there's a growing movement to get former Miami Dolphin Zach Thomas into the Hall of Fame. Zach Thomas deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
I've been hearing a lot about that. They've been talking about that lately on the news about Zach, getting into the Hall of Fame. Is he one of the contenders?
Yes, he is. There's a 50-50 chance of Zach possibly joining his brother-in-law, Jason Taylor,
right,
and making it into Canton, Ohio. So that would be some sort of family celebration if Zach can get in. But he's one of the all-time greats. The numbers, add up. If you look at his career numbers, Zach Thomas definitely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. So hopefully the National Football League can tighten up and get it all together. We do, though, have to say congratulations to ex-Miami Hurricanes coach and Dallas Cowboys great Jimmy Johnson, who has made it into the Hall of Fame. It was announced earlier in the week that Jimmy is going to the Hall, deservedly so, won a couple of national championships at the University of Miami and Super Bowls with the Dallas Cowboys, as well as ex-Pittsburgh Steelers coach Bill Cowher. He's going in as well, and former Philadelphia Eagles great. Now, I mean, the old school heads are going to remember Harold Carmichael, tall, lanky, number 17 for the Philadelphia Eagles. They're all going into the Hall of Fame. So,
why does it seem like it takes?
Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Why does it seem like it takes so long? I mean, you look at a coach like Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson is a GOAT. Yeah. He's one of the greatest of all times. Why does it take a guy like Jimmy Johnson to take so long? I mean, he is one of the most recognized and one of the hugest names in the NFL's coaching goals.
All I can say, Big Man Kelly and Tasha, is it must be heaven. Because I heard you guys doing the prayer session just moments ago. It's hard to get into heaven. It's hard to get into the Hall of Fame. Well, actually, it's not hard to get into heaven, but it's harder to get into the Hall of Fame than it seems to, the way these guys are going. I don't know what the criteria is, because, again, I just named you a few other guys that I thought should be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if it's a popularity contest. They say it's about career numbers and all of that. But there's a lot of favoritism, I'd say, that takes place when it comes down to that. Edgar and James, another Florida native, former Miami Hurricane running back, great players at the University of Miami, great player in the National Football League with the Indianapolis Colts, playing with Peyton Manning. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Not in yet. I don't get it, bro.
Well, that's just crazy. So here we are in sunny South Florida. We're in the city of Lauderhill, which is just a few miles. We're not that far away from Hard Rock Stadium where the Dolphins play, where Super Bowl is happening in just a few weeks.
Yes.
So how excited are you to have the Super Bowl where we live in sunny South Florida?
Right.
Hey, man, let me tell you, there's nothing like it. The Super Bowl should be held here every other year.
I think so.
Every other year, because we have the best weather. There's a lot of people that envy us down here in South Florida. When they're freezing their butts off, we're walking around in shorts and T-shirts.
Right. I got on my shorts today. And I'll probably have on some flip-flops after I go get a manicure. A pedicure.
Yeah. And listen, man, the parties. Imagine the party.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, they need to have it here every other year. The Super Bowl being down here in South Florida, man, it's just exciting for all of us. Especially the DJs and all the folks down here who love to party. They came down here to party, man. It's amazing. It's great for the city of Miami Gardens. So everybody's really, really excited about it, man. And hopefully we get a big-time matchup with both of these teams. They are.
So speaking of Miami Gardens, shout out to Mayor Oliver Gilbert. I'm going to see if I can get him on the phone with us tomorrow to talk about Super Bowl. And right after Super Bowl, another big thing happens at Hard Rock Stadium, Jazz in the Gardens.
Jazz in the Gardens.
That's right. Yes. Almost time.
It is almost that time. So once again, Jeff Fox, as always, we thank you. We will talk to you tomorrow at 8:30. It is the Sports Corner with Jeff Fox.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, that was the Sports Corner with my man, Jeff Fox, right here on Mature Life Radio. So, all right, so coming up, let's see what we got coming up. Here's what we got coming up. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put on another wake up mix
Oh,
to get you guys moving this morning. Now, coming up at 9 o'clock.
Yes.
Let me just shut this down. I don't want Facebook.